Blessings, welcome to Metaphysical Monday Madness, hosted by House of Sage and Lavender. I am Priestess, known as T-Dragon, but y'all can just call me Brittany. Tonight's topic is on creating a Book of Shadows. Well, what is a Book of Shadows? It is one of the most important tools I believe we need along a magical path. A Book of Shadows is also known as a grimoire, or simply put, it is a witchy journal to keep track of a variety of topics, which we will get to in a moment. This will be your personal reference book, and before we explore any more topics together, I'm going to help you create the right one for you. First, let's discuss different things you may want to have in your personal reference book. A dedication, which you can do, look up and do yourself, or you can wait until the new moon and we will do one together live. A table of contents or index of the different topics in your book. The wheel of the year, like Slara, Beltane, Samhain, etc. The different moon phases, new moon, dark moon, waning, etc. Information on the different gods and goddesses and paths. Correspondences such as color, herbs, stones. Maybe a section for divination like tarot, runes, pendulum, etc. Your spell work that you do, rituals that you do, you can record your dreams, and things that are specific to your path, among other things. These are just some basic ideas to get you started if you are new to this path. As you start to learn, you'll feel drawn to certain topics more than others, and you can adjust your journal to fit your needs. I personally like to keep a separate journal for dreams and daily symbols, things that stand out to me on a daily basis. I also have a separate journal for divination readings. Sometimes I do a card a day. Sometimes I do weekly spreads, and then of course I have my yearly spreads. Other separate journals I have include journals for workshops and classes I teach, chakras, herbal first aid, etc. I also host a study group, so I have a study group binder, which is mostly correspondences and information for members to add to and use. I will show these in just a moment. There are a variety of ways to keep a magical journal. My first suggestion is a notebook. They come in many sizes, colors, and types. And this is best for those who take notes on the go, or for taking fast notes in like a study group, a class, or at an event. This can later be transferred to a more permanent journal. Here are some examples of just regular notebooks. This is just a spiral notebook with pages. Notebook pages. Here is another one. As you see, I have different topics in some of these. There's just regular composition notebooks that are patterned. Regular composition notebook. Another regular composition notebook. And then I have spirals. These are good examples for for taking notes in. There's also this one. This is a good little one. I found this at Dollar Tree. So, are you in the closet or prefer typing over pen and paper? A flash drive is the perfect choice for the modern tech witch. I have one, and it's one of my favorite ways to keep information. You can have as many folders as you want, and you can break it down any way that you like. For example, divination is a very large category, so you have divination as one folder, and then inside that folder you would have a folder that you can break down into like tarot, runes, pendulum, palmistry, and etc. This option gives you a way to edit and add information easily as well as take out information that no longer serves you guys if you so choose. My other favorite option is a binder, a 3-ring binder. This has the most optimal layout for information. This is the study group book. And with a 3-ring binder, you can easily take out and move things around as you need them. Say you have a section on herbs in a regular notebook, and you took notes from a couple of different books on, say, lavender, and moved on to a different herb. But a few weeks later, you found more information on lavender, but you didn't leave space to insert any new information. In a binder, you can just open it up and insert new pages. There are plenty of blank journal options as well. Only you will know what works for you. Also, don't be scared to call it what you want. I was never fond of calling my journal a Book of Shadows, so I named it Book, B-O-O-K, which stands for Book of Occult Knowledge. So the next thing, let's think about how to make it yours. If you choose the flash drive, the only thing I can really recommend is choose a color or design to keep it from getting mixed up with any of the others that you may have. This is my favorite part of creating a journal. You can keep it simple with plain paper, pen, and pencil. You can print note pages from different sources on things like herbs, tarot spreads, ritual spell worksheets. You can also do art journaling, collage, paint. Do what feels right for you. Some examples of note pages are these. You can actually find these in one of my Pinterest boards. These are herbal note pages. Actually, not these. These are the 9 noble virtues. Then I have information on the Norse gods. These I actually got from little pagan acorns. I like their notebook pages. So here's some. Here's one on the herb pages. It is blank, but I do have some that are partially filled out, like this one. And then I also have, they have tarot worksheet pages for if you want to use them to learn the different types of tarot cards. This is my chakra journal. It's just a spiral journal that I got thrifty, and I created pages for the different chakras. It has information, it has recipes, related health issues, and there's still blank pages in there for me to fill out. I also have, this is my divination journal. It just has my tarot spreads in it that are recorded in there. If you need more inspiration, you can check out my Pinterest boards, and if you do a search onto YouTube, you can find videos on all types of journals. I would love for you to tag and show me yours on Instagram. You can tag me at Lunacy's Dreams. You can find it linked in the description. So, going forward, I am going to leave a little homework assignment for those who feel like participating. If you share on Instagram, you can tag me at, like I said, Lunacy's Dreams, or use the hashtag WYRD BREW Study Group. WYRD BREW STUDY GROUP. You can also find the study group on Facebook, WYRD BREW Study Group. It will also be linked in the description below. So your assignment is to decide on how you want to journal and what type of information you want in it. I would take a little notebook or piece of pen and paper and just kind of write down the different topics that maybe you are interested in, like maybe you're interested in astrology, or you're interested specifically in ruins over tarot or oracle or the pendulum, the moon phases. Write down a list of the things that you are most interested in so that it will help you with the way you want to do your Book of Shadows or Witchy Journal or whatever you want to call it. And then that way, once you get an idea of what you want to do and you decide on if you say you want to do notebook or the flash drive or binder, then you will be prepared to move forward in creating it. Look on Pinterest or Instagram for inspiration. A big note here though is do not feel stressed or inclined to spend a ton of money. You don't need the big fancy journals. All you really need is pen and paper. So on that note, like I said, use what you have. Dollar Tree though will be your best friend if you are a beginner or if you do not have a lot of money to spend. We will go into this further as we move along, but you don't need all these trappings to be a witch or pagan or whatever you want to identify as. But I will try to do a witchy Dollar Tree trip soon so that I can show you some ideas and suggestions of things that I get there and use. For example, notebooks, tea light candles, prayer candles, and stuff like that. Don't worry too much, especially if you're a beginner. You can go as slow or as fast as you feel comfortable. My videos will always be here to watch over and over again, and you can always schedule a study session with me if you live locally, in person or via video chat or through messages. So with that being said, next week we will be discussing altars in general and some basic terminology. I am hoping to have one additional video a week on either a DIY or on an extended topic like herbs, because herbs is a very extensive topic, and it will probably be between 2 to 3 herbs per video once I get to that. But feel free to comment suggestions for upcoming topics or leave questions, and I will do my best to answer them. Until next time, blessed be, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.